All right, so welcome to another deep dive.
I'm excited to be here.
Today we're taking a look at Endless Path, Infinite Cosmos.
Oh, cool.
We've got some excerpts from the web novel itself and some character profiles.
Nice.
And we've got this interesting world system. It's called Danmachi.
Danmachi.
Yeah, it's basically like a cosmic rule book
Interesting.
for power and abilities in this universe.
It's like, how strong can somebody get?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It quantifies how strong someone can become. So it's kind of like a built-in power ceiling, almost like video game stats.
Right. I can see that.
And then a key part of Danmachi is levels.
Okay.
So as characters gain experience, they call it exilia in this world.
Exalia, okay.
They level up and unlock more potential.
So, like, if they train, if they...
Yeah, if they train, if they go through different experiences or whatever it might be, they gain experience, and then their level increases.
Okay.
Most individuals cap out at a total of 5,000 parameter points.
There's, like, a limit.
There is a limit,
Okay.
which, I mean, that leads to some pretty epic showdowns, you know, when
Yeah, I bet.
you've got characters that are close to that limit.
Right. Battling it out.
But as with any rule book, there are always exceptions, right?
Of course.
And the source material here talks about monsters.
Monsters.
And these monsters can actually break those restrictions.
Whoa. So they can go beyond 5,000.
Yeah, they can go beyond that 5,000 parameter point limit.
That makes you wonder, like, what does it even mean to have power if the rules can be bent like that?
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you wonder, what's the point of even having these rules if certain individuals can just break them?
Yeah. That's a good question.
And then we have some characters that we're introduced to. We've got Von Aldrinari Messon.
Von Aldrinari Mason.
Yeah. He's 304 years old, and he's a progenitor.
304 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He's also a true dragon.
A true dragon, okay.
And a sealed being.
And sealed. So what does it mean to be sealed in this world?
Well, that's a good question. And I think the source material hints that being sealed is a way to contain individuals whose power surpasses that 5,000 point limit.
So, like, they're too powerful.
They're too powerful,
Okay.
so they have to be sealed.
Is it for their own safety or to protect others?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is it for their own safety, or is it to protect others? Maybe a little bit of both.
Right.
Maybe it's a way of, like, keeping the balance of the universe or something.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, like, with all that power,
Yeah.
why did he even bother creating this little garden thing?
Right. Makes you wonder, if he's got all this power and he's sealed because of it, why would he go through the trouble of creating something like the little garden?
Right. Maybe it was a way to kind of manage his power.
Maybe.
Or, like, exert some kind of control.
Yeah. Possibly. Yeah. It's interesting.
It's a mystery.
Oh, we also have Henry Van Arnier Mason.
Henry Van Arnier Mason. Okay. Another Mason.
Another Mason,
Interesting.
She's 121 years old.
Okay. A little bit younger.
Yeah.
Still pretty old, though.
She's also a true dragon.
Another true dragon.
And a sealed being.
Okay.
And she holds the position of fisherman.
Fisherman. That's a curious title.
Yeah, I know. When I saw that, I was immediately like, what does that even mean in this world?
Right. Like, what are they fishing for?
What are they fishing for? Souls?
Yeah, who knows?
Ideas? What is it?
That's a good one.
And then we have Gander Erebius Mason.
Gander Erebius Mason.
Okay, another Mason.
He's 304 years old.
All right.
He's a demigod.
A demigod, okay.
And he holds the vanguard position.
Vanguard. Okay, so you've got fisherman, you've got vanguard.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that there's some kind of
Structure.
yeah, or like different
Factions or something within this world.
factions, maybe some power struggles.
Yeah.
Who are these people?
Right. It's really interesting. Just from the titles alone, you get the sense of, like, oh, there's something going on here that's bigger than just these individuals.
Yeah.
Then we have Yuruchi Shoin.
Ryuichi Join.
She's 305 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and she's human,
Okay.
and she's a Shinigami.
Shinigami. Wait a minute. Is that like a...
Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, rings a bell. Like a...
Yod.
Yeah, like a death bell.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah, pulling from other sources. Sorry.
It seems like it's pulling from other fictional universes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a blending of different ideas.
Cool.
And then finally we have the 25th BAM, Gluttony.
The 25th BAM, Gluttony. Okay. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, no, it's a mouthful.
And what is that?
So he's 9,980 9,983 years old.
9,983. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. That's a long time.
All along.
What could they possibly have seen in that time?
That's a lot of birthdays.
I know, right?
And he's a primordial sin.
Primordial sin. Okay, what does that even mean?
Yeah, that's a big question. What are primordial sins in this universe?
Are they like forces of good?
Yeah.
Are they forces of chaos?
Are they something else entirely?
Yeah. What role do they play?
And he's a wave controller.
Wave controller. Okay, that's interesting. So like controlling the tides or something?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's not entirely clear yet from what we have.
Yeah, yeah. But gluttony, I mean, 9,983 years.
There's a lot to unpack just with that one character.
Yeah, that's piquing my interest already.
Me too. Now let's dive into the story a little bit. We're dropped into the scene where Vaughn is in a lab
Okay.
and he's hooked up to all these machines.
Sounds unpleasant.
Yeah, it's not a very happy scene. It seems like he's being used for research
Oh no.
because of his unique blood.
Oh, so they're taking his
They're
blood.
draining his blood constantly.
Oh wow.
And these machines are just sucking the life out of him basically.
That's brutal.
Yeah. It's not a good situation for him.
No wonder he wants to escape.
Yeah, exactly. He's described as being exhausted
Right.
and longing for escape.
Yeah.
It's interesting. He finds solace in fictional worlds like anime and manga.
Oh, so he's like escaping into fiction?
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
It's like he's trying to find some kind of reprieve from his current reality.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like, when things are rough, sometimes you just want to escape into another world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so he's hooked up to these machines.
He's hooked up to these machines.
He's trying to escape into fiction.
Mm-hmm.
What else is going on?
He's got this doctor,
Okay.
Dr. Mason, who's looking after him.
Huh.
And, she seems concerned about his well-being.
That's good. At least somebody cares.
Yeah, at least somebody cares.
Okay.
But then the scene takes this dramatic turn.
Uh-oh.
So you've got, gunshots, an explosion.
Okay.
Soldiers come storming in.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So it gets intense.
Yeah, it gets real intense real fast.
Okay.
And they're led by this guy named Maxwell.
Maxwell.
And they disconnect Vaughn from these life-saving machines.
Wait, they disconnect him
They disconnect him.
from the machines that are keeping him alive.
That are essentially keeping him alive. Yeah.
Why would they do that?
It's not entirely clear what their motives are,
Okay.
but it seems like they're willing to risk his life
Wow.
to achieve whatever goals they have.
That's a big risk
It's a big risk.
to take.
Yeah. It makes you wonder, like, what are they thinking?
It's pretty messed up, honestly. Like, to just disconnect somebody from something that's keeping them alive.
Yeah. It's a pretty morally gray area that they're operating in.
Yeah, for sure.
It paints Vaughn as this kind of unwilling hero, right?
Right.
He's got these incredible abilities, but they're coming at a cost.
Yeah.
And he's forced to contribute to research,
Even though it's causing him suffering.
even though it's causing him immense suffering.
That's rough.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about the ethics of it all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, is it okay to exploit someone's abilities,
Right.
even if it benefits others?
Right. It's a question that comes up a lot in sci-fi and fantasy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like where do we draw the line between scientific progress and an individual's right to autonomy?
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. And there's no easy answer.
No, definitely not.
But it's something to think about, for sure.
It's a complex situation
Yeah.
with no easy answers.
And Maxwell actually claims he's there to save Vaughn.
Save him,
Yeah.
but he just disconnected him from the machines that are keeping him alive.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't sound very, very saving to me.
It seems counterintuitive, to say the least.
Right. So what do you think his motives are?
Well, I mean, it's a good question. Is he a rogue agent? Is he acting on his own?
Yes.
Or is he following orders
Right, from a higher authority.
from a higher authority?
And who are these soldiers?
Yeah, exactly. Who are these soldiers?
Are they like government? Are we a secret organization?
Are they part of Danmachi itself?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like, is there some kind of faction within
yeah.
Danmachi that's got their own agenda?
Wow, so many possibilities.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns there that I'm curious to find out about.
Yeah, definitely.
And Vaughn's reaction to all this is fascinating. You know, he's angry.
Well, yeah, I would be too.
He's resentful.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, come on. They just disconnected him from the machines that are keeping him alive.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got every right to be angry.
He's been exploited, he's been used.
Yeah.
But underneath it all, you can sense this
Power.
simmering power,
Okay.
this potential for action that hasn't been fully unleashed yet.
So there's more to him than meets the eye.
Yeah, it's like he's holding back.
Right.
But you get the sense that, if he's pushed far enough,
Yeah.
he's gonna let loose.
He's going to unleash it.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's been pushed to his limits.
Yeah.
But even in this, like, desperate situation,
Mm.
there's like a glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's got this incredibly high level,
Mm.
and he's got these unique abilities.
Yeah.
The question is, will he use them to fight back?
Right.
Or will he just, like, continue to be a victim?
Yeah. Is he gonna take control of his own destiny?
Right.
Or is he gonna let others dictate his fate? That's kind of the big question hanging over this whole scene.
Yeah, that's a good cliffhanger.
Yeah. We're gonna have to keep digging to
Yeah.
find out
Definitely.
this Dan Machi system.
Yeah.
And these characters are just, they're already proving to be so compelling.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm hooked.
I'm definitely intrigued.
I'm ready to explore more of this world.
Let's do it.
Yeah. You wanna dive in with me?
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on to the next part of our deep dive.
Let's go.
We'll delve a little deeper into
Yeah.
how Dan Machi works
Okay.
and what these different parameters actually mean.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
let's do it.
All right. Yeah, it really is a captivating world. And the more we, like, unpack these details, the more questions we have.
Yeah.
You're probably wondering,
Yeah.
like, how does this Dan Machi thing actually work?
Yeah. How does it work?
Yeah.
What are the specifics?
Yeah. The source material actually goes into the specifics.
Okay.
And it's surprisingly intricate.
Okay.
There's a lot to it.
Okay.
It's kind of like a video game character sheet.
Yeah, it's like you've
Yeah.
got like, each person has a
Yeah.
limit to how strong they can get in different areas, like
Right.
strength, endurance, dexterity,
Mhm.
magic,
Right, so
control,
it's
all
like-
these different parameters.
And it makes you think about, like, how our own strengths and weaknesses
Yeah.
kind of play out in our lives, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that group.
Like, what are we good at? What are we not so good at?
Yeah.
And how does that affect our journey?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's break down these parameters a little bit.
Okay.
So strength,
Yeah.
pretty straightforward. I mean, that's just like physical power.
Physical power, yeah. How much you can lift,
Yeah.
how hard you can hit, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is how that might manifest differently in this world, given all these extraordinary abilities that we're seeing.
Right. Yeah, it's not just like
Yeah.
pure muscle. It could be something else.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Something more.
Supernatural. It could
Yeah.
be tied to some other force.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. And then you have endurance,
Endurance, yeah.
which is, how much you can take, like how much punishment can you withstand?
How quickly can you bounce back?
Yeah, how quickly can you recover? Right.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing characters with high endurance
Yeah.
being like nearly unstoppable. They're shrugging off blows that would just cripple anyone else.
Yeah. Just like walking tanks.
Right. Just, yeah, like nothing can stop them.
Yeah. What about dexterity?
Dexterity.
Oh.
So dexterity that's a fascinating one because it's about finesse.
Yeah. It's about precision. It's about speed.
Yeah, it's like your agility and
Agility.
hand-eye coordination, all that sort of thing.
Right. So think of like a skilled archer,
Yeah.
a master swordsman,
Mm-hmm.
or even like a brilliant strategist
Oh, yeah.
who can anticipate their opponent's every move.
Yeah.
So dexterity, it's not just about, being physically quick. It's about having that mental sharpness as well.
Yeah, it's about being able to
Yeah.
react quickly
Right.
to whatever's happening around you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now we get to the fun one. Magic.
Oh yeah, magic.
This is where things get really
This is where it gets exciting.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's like the ability to influence the very laws of the universe.
Wow.
It's the source material mentions like incredible feats,
Yeah.
manipulating the elements. Like, I mean, it seems like the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, so like fire, water, earth,
Yeah.
air,
Yeah.
all that. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe even time manipulation. Who knows?
Yeah, time manipulation, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's some serious power.
Yeah. So yeah, it's no wonder that that people with high magic are seen as both powerful and potentially dangerous.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because if you can control the laws of the universe,
Yeah.
I mean, what can't you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it's a lot of
A
responsibility.
lot of potential for good or for bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then but not least, control.
Control.
Yeah.
This one's a little more
It's a bit more subtle.
subtle,
Yeah.
but no less important.
Right,
I
right.
think it might even be one of the most important ones in some ways.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because control is all about mastery, right?
Yeah.
Mastery over your body, your
Yeah.
mind, your abilities.
Like it's what separates the skilled from the truly exceptional.
Exactly.
Like someone with high control might be resistant to like mental manipulation.
Ooh, yeah.
They might be able to like perform intricate tasks flawlessly.
Yeah, like surgeons,
Surgeons, yeah, athletes,
athletes.
artists, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And even, excel at things like strategizing
Yeah.
and leadership.
Yeah.
Being able to
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
the ability to
yeah.
control yourself and control a situation.
Right, exactly. So it's a very, very powerful parameter to have.
Yeah. So Danmachi covers the full spectrum
Right.
of abilities,
Yeah.
from brute force
Yeah.
to mental prowess to the ability to manipulate reality itself.
Yeah, it's got it all.
Yeah.
It's like the whole package.
And as you level up,
Mhm.
your potential in these areas increases. So,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder about the path
Yeah.
that these characters have taken,
Right.
to develop their skills.
Yeah.
And what sacrifices they might have made along the way.
Right, because I mean, you don't just get to that level of mastery
Right.
without putting in the work.
Right. It's like anything in life, right?
Yeah.
You gotta put in the time, you gotta put in the effort,
Yeah.
you gotta make sacrifices.
And sometimes you got to make tough choices.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
really reach your full potential.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think this story is really exploring.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point.
Okay.
Now we can't forget about those monsters we were talking about earlier.
Monsters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if everybody else has these parameter limits,
Yeah.
how are they able to break free?
Yeah. How are they doing that?
Like what's their secret?
Yeah.
It adds this whole other layer of mystery to this whole
Yeah.
system,
It hints that there's a price to pay for this freedom from the limits.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really go into detail about what that price is.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So we have this intricate system in place
Yeah.
with these parameters, like shaping every aspect of life in this world.
Yeah.
And then we have characters like Vaughn,
Yeah.
who seem to defy it entirely.
Right. He's a progenitor, he's a true dragon.
Yeah.
He's sealed all at the same time. It's
Yeah.
like it's a lot to
Yeah, it's a lot to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, how does that even work?
Yeah.
And it's like peering into like a hidden history, trying to decipher the origins of these different like races and classifications.
Yeah.
And we only get glimpses
Yeah.
through these character profiles.
Yeah.
But you can sense that there's a deeper narrative there.
Oh, yeah.
That's waiting to be uncovered.
Yeah.
And then you have gluttony,
Yeah.
who's almost 10,000 years old.
I know.
Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
In the context of this world.
Yeah, what
Like, what kind of stories could he tell?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, imagine the things he's seen.
Yeah.
The things he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be like an ancient, powerful being.
Yeah.
Like a remnant of a bygone era.
Yeah.
Or perhaps he represents like some fundamental force. Like the embodiment of a concept or an idea.
Yeah.
The possibilities are really endless.
Yeah. It's mind-boggling to think about.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it adds a whole other layer of depth and intrigue to this universe.
Yeah.
But before we get too lost in speculation,
Yeah.
let's bring it back to Vaughn
Okay.
and his current predicament.
Yeah.
Because the story, it doesn't paint a very happy picture of his life.
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
He's essentially a prisoner of his own biology,
Right. His blood is valuable.
His blood is this valuable resource.
Yeah.
And so he's constantly being like drained and experimented on.
Yeah.
And it's a bleak existence.
Yeah. Doesn't sound very fun.
No.
No wonder he wants to escape into those fictional worlds.
Yeah.
It's like he's searching for a place where he can just be free from the burdens of his reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have Vaughn, who's kind of this tragic figure.
Yeah.
And then you have Dr. Mason, who
Yeah.
you can tell she cares about his well-being.
Yeah.
But even her concern can't protect him from these forces at play.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, how does someone maintain their humanity
Hmm.
in a world where, power and control seem to be the driving forces?
Yeah, it's a good question.
It is?
And then the arrival of the soldiers
Yeah.
and Maxwell's actions, it's a turning point.
It's like a shift
Yeah.
in the narrative.
Yeah.
It suggests that there's a conflict brewing,
Mm-hmm.
a struggle for power that Vaughn is kind of caught in the middle of.
Yeah.
So remember, Maxwell disconnects Vaughn from the life-saving machine,
Yeah.
potentially putting his life in danger.
Yeah.
What do you think is going through his mind
Yeah,
at that moment?
what's his motivation?
Is he thinking about the consequences,
Yeah.
or is he just driven by something deeper?
Yeah, is
Is he a true believer?
is he a zealot?
Yeah. Is he convinced that what he's doing is right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is there something else going on?
Yeah. Is there a hidden agenda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a darker motive lurking beneath the surface?
Yeah, it's fascinating how this story
It's
leaves these questions unanswered. It's like it lets us fill in the gaps with our own interpretations.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Maxwell, who's this enigmatic figure, and then we have Vaughn, who's
Yeah.
described as being angry and resentful,
Yeah.
which is understandable,
Yeah.
given what he's going through.
Yeah.
But underneath that anger, there's this sense of
Yeah.
untapped potential.
Yeah,
Like he's holding back.
Yeah.
But there's something there
Yeah.
that's waiting to be unleashed.
Yeah. It's like we're standing on the edge of a precipice, waiting for the story to unfold.
We have this unique power system.
Yeah.
Characters with hidden depths,
Yeah.
conflicting agendas, a hero who's been pushed to his breaking point.
Yeah.
It's a recipe for something truly epic.
Yeah, it really is.
And remember, this is just a glimpse
Yeah.
into a much larger world.
Right.
There's a whole web novel out there
Yeah.
waiting to be explored,
Yeah.
filled with adventure, revelation,
Yeah.
and maybe even answers to some of the questions that we've been pondering today.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so
Yeah.
that was part 2 of our deep dive. Yeah, it feels like we're piecing together this puzzle,
Yeah.
and with each new detail, it's like
Yeah.
it just adds another layer.
It's like a tapestry.
Yeah.
Woven from threads of power and sacrifice and ambition.
Yeah.
And at the center of it all is Vaughn.
Yeah.
This character who embodies both, like, the allure and the burden of extraordinary abilities.
Right.
It's like,
He's this reluctant hero.
yeah.
Yeah, who's just thrust into this situation that's totally beyond his control.
It's not his choice.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for this.
No.
And you can't help but feel for him,
Yeah.
trapped in this lab,
Yeah.
yearning for an escape from the constant procedures and just the weight of expectations.
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot to carry.
It really highlights the ethical dilemmas that are at play here. Is it justifiable to use someone
Right.
for the greater good,
Yeah.
even if it means sacrificing their well-being?
It's a tough question.
Yeah.
And the story doesn't shy away from those tough questions.
No, it doesn't.
It really forces you to confront your own beliefs about power,
Yeah.
responsibility, the limits of scientific advancement.
Right. Yeah. It's like,
Where do we draw the line?
yeah, where's that line?
What's acceptable? What's not acceptable?
Yeah.
It's not always clear.
No, it's not.
Okay, and then we have Maxwell,
Right.
who represents this more forceful,
Yeah.
perhaps even desperate approach. He's willing to risk Vaughn's life
Yeah.
to achieve his objectives.
Yeah, to accomplish his goals.
Yeah.
Whatever those may be.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder what drives someone to take such extreme measures.
Yeah. Is it
Is it just
pure ambition?
Yeah.
Is it
Is he a true believer?
Yeah, is he a true believer?
Yeah.
Convinced that his actions are justified.
Right, that the ends justify the means.
Right.
Yeah.
Or is there something,
Yeah, there
a hidden agenda?
a hidden agenda.
Like a darker motive
Mhm.
lurking beneath the surface.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's hard to say.
It is, yeah.
And the fact that we don't know
Yeah.
whether he's acting alone or as part of a larger organization,
Right.
that just adds another layer of intrigue.
It totally
It makes you question the nature of authority and the lengths people will go to in the pursuit of power.
Right, yeah.
And then there's the little garden that Vaughn created.
Oh, yeah.
It's presented as this idyllic haven,
Mhm.
a place where people can transcend their limitations
Yeah.
and achieve
Yeah.
a kind of immortality.
Right.
But is it truly paradise?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
The source material kind of hints at
Yeah,
potential downside.
right. The possibility of stagnation or even manipulation.
Right,
It's like it suggests that even in
Yeah.
a seemingly perfect world,
Mm-hmm.
there are always trade-offs.
There are always consequences.
Yeah. It
Like-
makes you think about like what's the true meaning of freedom
Right.
and what choices are we willing to make
Yeah.
in pursuit of happiness.
It's a profound question.
Yeah,
So this deep dive
Yeah.
has been an incredible journey.
it has.
We've uncovered so much
Yeah.
about this Danmachi system.
Yeah.
We've delved into
Yeah.
fascinating character dynamics.
Yeah.
We've witnessed the beginning of what promises to be
Yeah.
an epic adventure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but I'm eager to see where this story goes.
Oh, me too.
You know, the web novel offers a much deeper exploration of these themes and characters.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling there are plenty of surprises in store.
Oh,
We've only scratched the surface
Yeah, we really have.
of this intricate world. There are hints
Yeah.
of ancient conflicts,
Yeah.
powerful beings, and just a cosmic tapestry
Yeah.
that stretches far beyond our initial understanding.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, let's leave you with something to consider.
Okay.
If you were in Vaughn's position,
Mm-hmm.
facing his unique challenges
Yeah.
and sacrifices,
Mhm.
what choices would you make?
Right.
Would you prioritize personal freedom
Mm-hmm.
and escape,
Mm-hmm.
or would you accept your role
Mm.
as a vital resource,
Mm-hmm.
even if it meant
Hmm.
enduring suffering?
Right. Yeah.
It's a question that
Right.
goes beyond the boundaries of this fictional world.
Yeah.
You know, it asks us to reflect on our own values,
Yeah.
our beliefs about responsibility, and the choices that we make
Yeah.
when faced with
Yeah.
extraordinary circumstances.
Right. Yeah.
So we encourage you
Mhm.
to dive into Endless Path,
Yeah.
Infinite Cosmos,
Yeah.
and explore this world for yourself.
Mhm.
Share your thoughts,
Yeah.
your interpretations, and your own answers to the questions
Mm-hmm.
that we've raised today.
Yeah.
It's a story that will stay with you
Mm-hmm.
long after you finish reading,
Yeah.
prompting reflection, and perhaps even
Yeah.
challenging your perceptions
Mhm.
of power,
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice,
Mm-hmm.
and the enduring human spirit.
I think that's a great place to leave it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining me on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yes.
And we will see you next time.
See you next time.